Today was the 1st of January 2023, New Year's Day, and I ended up falling asleep last night, or should I say this morning, around 6 o'clock, um, which was obviously very late. But somehow I woke up at just before 11 feeling pretty good. So I think, yeah, I think I'm alright. So I woke up around 11 feeling pretty good. Didn't have to be in till for work till about 11. So I asked my sister. I mean, my sister actually originally texted me saying, obviously, for those who don't know, my sister is my manager at this restaurant where I work. My sister messaged me to say that I could come in an hour later if I wanted, or not at all. And I said, well, thanks, but that's a bit shit because, I mean, I've assumed that I'm going into work, so I've missed training for this. I can't go to train now, it's too late. And, yeah, that was pretty shit, you know, I've got to miss training because now all of a sudden last minute they don't need me. That's another thing. For jobs that have people, I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with the term on call. I think it's the stupidest fucking concept ever. That basically means don't make any plans and we might call you in. But I mean, if your job pays you to be on call, that's fine. But a lot of jobs don't pay you to be on call, which is absolutely 100% homosexual. That's just not on at all. It's absolutely not on. You know, if you can't make any plans or do anything because you might be called into work, you need to be getting paid. But yeah. Anyway, I've been thinking about this chess room and I'm redoing it. It's just I don't really know what I mean. Obviously, I'm talking, I'm thinking. I'm not really 100% brain power to Minecraft. But yeah. So today I went into work and well, actually no. First of all, so I went back and forth with my sister on text for a while, and she got a little bit agitated. I mean, obviously she's very busy at work, and I mean, she's not very good at multitasking. People say women can multitask. My sister cannot. So you know, she was getting a little bit agitated with me because, from her point of view, she didn't think I could make my mind up. But I was presented with the information, first of all, that somebody had a runner, is what it's called, like a position below a waiter, which is what I am. A runner had turned up who wasn't even on the rota, just randomly turned up who wasn't supposed to be in that day before me. So my sister had said, hey, this person just turned up. Um, you can come in later or maybe not at all because we might not need you because someone's here now. And I was like, what? I'm pretty sure it was double, 1.5 times pay today. So I was like, that's fucking out of order. Someone's just turned up. That's basically taking my money. As I've said before, I'm not really doing this for the money anyway. I more just did this because I do have a lot of money saved up and I basically live for free. I'm very fortunate. My dad won't accept any money from me. Um, but I'm just doing this so I don't look like an absolute bum and just not have a job. Oh fuck. So I don't look like an absolute bum to my dad and my grandmother, etc. And also the social aspect. It's nice to have more than one social group. Obviously, I have the big social group at training, but it is nice to have another social group or multiple. And of course, as I've mentioned before, working at restaurants is my favourite method of meeting girls. um, and that was the plan, and I definitely have. Obviously, I'm not going to go into all that shit, but for those of you who have watched a few episodes, you know. Anyway, by the way, I've been doing this for just over a week now, and I've gained 2 subscribers, which is pretty cool. If any of you guys are listening along, appreciate you. Please feel free to, tell me about your day in the comments below or whatever. And yeah, it's really cool. Maybe we can get a little community going. If not, whatever. I mean, as I said in my first episode, I am doing this for quite selfish intentions, but it's very therapeutic to talk about your day and feel like somebody might be listening because I'm not sure. I mean, hey guys, I've got an exercise for you. I want you to try this now, okay? It's a very depressing exercise, and you'll probably realise some pretty depressing realizations. But next time you're talking to somebody, especially about something important, Just stop talking in the middle of your sentence. And unfortunately, there's quite a high likelihood that the person you're talking to won't even notice that you stopped talking in the middle of a sentence. It is an extremely depressing realization that I had probably about 18 months ago, or longer, when I started doing this journaling stuff, because I remember it hit me when I started journaling before my first girlfriend, but I remember I was talking to her about something super serious, and she interrupted me to tell me about her fucking toenails. Like, literally, I'm not even joking. And at that point, I realised, wow, okay, this is like, nobody listens to you unless you're super important. So it's time to become important. But for now, this is a very nice way that I find to talk about my day and my feelings, even though probably no one's listening, but it still has that same effect for me. Anyway, I digress. I don't know how I got there, but there you go. So basically, um, my sister had told me someone's just walked in for some reason. They're not even on the fucking rotor, but they've just walked in, and you can just stay at home if you want. And I said, oh shit, okay. And I mean, in my head, I was thinking I want to see this girl at the restaurant that I'm absolutely in love with. Um, but then I thought, okay, wait, because unfortunately I woke up today to a story of her and her boyfriend at the New Year's party. I was like, fuck, alright, so they're still together. They've been together for fucking years, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe they broke up last. No, no, they didn't. But, basically, I woke up to that. That fucked me off a little bit. It didn't fuck me off, but I was just like, damn it. Okay, they're still together, whatever. Um, and then I was like, man, oh, if I see her today, maybe she's like, I don't know, maybe it'll be weird, or I was like, maybe this is time to get my impression on. I don't know, guys. So I said, I'll flip a coin. Because I'm realising a few things at this moment. One, I realise I don't have any clean shirts. Two, um, obviously my sister's told me that somebody's in already and I might not be needed. So I flipped a coin and it landed on. I decided heads would go in. Because usually whenever I flip coins to make decisions, I usually put heads on the side that the thing I actually want to do, and tails is against what I want to do. So it landed on tails. That means not going into work. And I thought, okay, that's kind of a relief because I was kind of nervous to see her anyway today after the story. And I ended up my sister. I said, you know what? And then my sister texted me. You know why this sounds confusing? Because it fucking was. Then my sister texts me and says, actually, this person who randomly turned up has now gone home. We need you in. And then I said, okay, I'll come in. And then she got really arsy with me, demanding that I make my mind up. I was like, hold on a minute. I'm just reacting to the information that you're giving me in real time. I don't understand why you're being like fucking arsy, but um, it's not really a huge deal. It's just a little bit rude, but whatever. Um, so yeah, got all that. I was actually on track to be on time. I woke up today and had like 4 fucking boiled eggs and toast. Did some push-ups, did some chin-ups. Felt good. Um, I don't wonder where I'm going to expand this farm. I'll probably just leave it like that for a while. Felt good. I was on track to be on time, but obviously with this whole conundrum, for a while I didn't know if I was even going in. Once it was confirmed that I was going in, I was already late, but that's fine. And I just obviously just got in the car and left. Before I left, I looked at some of my crypto stuff and decided not to take it out. I'm gonna leave it in for a little bit longer, like my Bitcoin that I realised that I've been holding for a while. So I left that in. I also looked, because obviously I've just bought Andrew Tate's course. I was looking through that, and I won't lie. At first glance, it is quite disappointing. It's literally like crypto and drop shipping. It's like we've heard about this 100 times before. This is not new. Um, but we shall see. I'll look into it in more detail, and hopefully, it's more. I don't know. it's more in depth and unique than I think. But yeah, we'll see. It's actually cheaper than I thought as well. It's only like 30 fucking 6 quid when it converts into our currency. It's not that bad at all. So yeah, looked for a bit of that, then left to work. Drive to work was fine, except I nearly fucking died. Basically, this fucking... I mean, it's a bit of a running joke here. Lady drivers in Range Rovers are like literally the most fucking lethal tool in the entire country, above knives. This lady pulled out of this junction where she didn't have the right of way, looking left, turning right, and there was cars blocking... There was parked cars blocking my lane, so I had to drive in the right-hand side lane. And she pulled out right in front of me and nearly fucking drove into my car. I swerved into the pavement because I've got 800 hours on GTA 5, so obviously I was fine. But it was still a close call, and my horn doesn't work, so I couldn't even beep at her. But yeah, I just thought, what a fucking idiot. Seriously, just open your eyes. You're driving like an extremely heavy, powerful car. These husbands should not be giving their fucking wives these cars, man. Or maybe she bought it herself. I shouldn't assume that, but still, in this area, it's very typical for husbands to buy their wives those cars in Essex. If you know, you know. But yeah, Essex is just such a fucking horrible place. Like, the place itself isn't bad. Like, if you walk there at night, you'll be fine. But the people that occupy Essex are honestly probably some of the worst types of people I could ever hope to be around. And that sounds harsh, but fucking trust me. Just trust me. Just spend a few months here. Just trust me, and you'll be on the same boat as me. They're just so fucking... Oh, they're so plastic, you know? They're so fake. Literally and figuratively. Anyway, again, I'm ranting. So I drove to work, I got in, straight away I was like, I do not fucking feel like this. I saw this wonderful girl straight off the bat, and we kind of had nodded at each other. And yeah, I don't know, I mean, it was probably all me, but it felt a little bit weird, like the interactions today. It was probably all me. She probably isn't thinking about it that much. But I was thinking about it, especially from the stories that I saw this morning on Instagram. I was like, fuck, she just saw her boyfriend last night. You know, they're still close. I thought there might be a chink in the armour. Saw her though. She asked me how my New Year's was. I said it was fine. How was yours? All that shit. And, you know, here's how I know I actually really like this girl. A, my desire to speak to other girls has literally gone down to zero. Literally zero. I have no desire to speak to any other girls at the moment. Zero desire. And also, when I was doing this normal conversation with these other girls, I did not care. But when I ask her a question, I actually genuinely care. But anyway, enough about that fucking pussy feeling shit with girls. But, you know, so yeah, I was around her at work. I was feeling really weird. I mean, I hope she didn't notice, but it was all me being weird. And, today was a painful day. Number one, I think she was like pumping her hand to the music, and I thought she was spudding me, and I left my eye. I didn't want to like leave her hanging, and then she spudded me, and I was like, shit. I think I just put myself a little bit over into the friend zone. I should not have done that, but I didn't want to leave. My reflexes came up because I spud like 50 people a day. I was like, fuck. Should not have done that. She wasn't even asking for it. I just thought she was. But yeah, that was embarrassing. Well, not embarrassing. It was fine for her, but for me, as I said this literally the other episode. Guys, don't fucking handshake or spud girls you're romantically interested in, because it's just fucking friend zone. But yeah, and then today, she mentioned her boyfriend, which was the first time she's ever mentioned him to me. I used to think that was a good thing for, like, on my side of the court, that she's never talked about him to me. But today, she spoke about him, so I was like, fuck. I no longer have that win. I mean, we did some tasks together, and we always have laughs. But she has laughs with everyone. She's just such a great person. But Yeah, I don't know. I told my sister, because my sister actually knows her family, their family friends. I told my sister, I was like, listen, the moment she's single, let me know immediately. And she kind of laughed, but I'm serious. I'm actually serious. Um, yeah. So I might literally just pull myself out of the restaurant, and because I think I have somewhat of a positive impact on her, and she'll remember me hopefully with a smile. And if her relationship does sour, then I can slide in there easily. By the way, I'm not hoping for that. I mean, if I had a crystal ball and I can see that her and her current partner had a bright, wonderful future together, I genuinely think I would leave her alone, and just not obviously not interfere with that. But obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, and I'm a selfish motherfucker. Also, something I saw today which really broke my heart. Would never have guessed this, but she was holding this plate up in the light, and I saw fucking self-harm marks, and I literally, like, I held my breath for fucking ages looking at it. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe she was the kind of person to do that. And originally, with that kind of stuff, like, I mean, it sounds really bad, but you could consider that as a red flag, guys. And usually, if I was talking to somebody who I was semi-interested in and I saw they self-harmed, I'd be like, yep, you're a nice person, but that's not for me, that's too much. I don't really want to have to deal with it. I know that sounds terrible, but you probably agree with me, but you just don't want to say it. But with her, I just felt like my attraction didn't dip at all. I just really wanted to ask if she was okay. I mean, I hope it was a long time ago and she's doing better. I didn't really want to ask her right then and there in the middle of a busy kitchen. But I was just so shocked to see that. She's not the kind of person at all that I thought would do something like that. Um, yeah, that was really shocking. And I thought, I think she's been going out with this boy for like 5 years, and the scars looked like they'd been done in the last 5 years. So I really don't know what the hell her story is in that regard. But oh yeah, I just find it very interesting. But obviously that is a huge worry, and I mean, even besides me trying to get with her, I hope she's alright. But yeah, that was a really shocking thing to see today. Um, Apart from that, it was an okay shift. It did really start to drag, and I was getting pretty fucked off. One of the managers had her kids in, and one of them was because they were working with us. And one of them was okay, but one of them was an absolute dickhead. Like, to be honest, I can completely relate to him, but he's really annoying to work with. His mum just forced him to come in, and this kid just didn't want to be in. And I get it, man, but it was really frustrating to work with. Um, because this kid he just wasn't having it. Like, his job was to polish the cutlery. All of the cutlery was dirty. He didn't do a single one, or he rarely did a single one correctly, and he did it all wrong. So we'd have to go back and redo it anyway. Half the time I walked in, he was on his phone, and I don't really care about that. He stood up immediately and tried to pretend like he wasn't doing it. I was like, man, I'm not gonna tell on you. Like, I don't care, but in my head, I wanted to be like, dude, could you just fucking look? You're here. He's getting really good food as well. We get this shitty staff lunch, but because he's the manager's daughter, he got like some fucking, he got an item off the fucking menu. um, I just felt like saying like, listen, man, I don't want to be here either. Can you just do the cutlery properly so we can leave quicker, you know? But he's like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's just fucking annoying. But it doesn't really matter. Just a little, got on my tits a little bit. But yeah, his brother was well alright. His brother was in the bar, a little bit older, better. Like, because the younger kid just had the shittest attitude I've ever encountered this year. Jokes, only one day in the year. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a huge deal in the end. Who cares? Um, but yeah, that was kind of that of the day. Ended up having some weird like fucking turkey burger with cranberry sauce, which I wouldn't usually go for, but it was oddly quite nice. and yeah, it was all right. The shift was all right. I've now got a few days off, which I can use to train and work on making money outside of a job like that, and you know, we'll see where we get. I'm looking forward to the days ahead. Oh, by the way, this morning I did actually send my dad that money that I was talking about sending for oversleeping, and I think I might have actually sent it to an old account which he doesn't have access to, which is fucking annoying. So I've just lost 50 quid if that's the case, but the whole point of it was to punish myself and lose the money. But it would obviously be nice if somebody could receive it that I care about. So give the money to him, find the correct account. He's a little bit confused why I'm asking him if I've sent money to him, but he'll find out eventually. I called it yesterday. I think I called it the bitch fee. I'm now calling it the bitch tax. Just rolls off the tongue better. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, and that was the day today. A little bit of a step back with the girl, but I seriously might just step back, leave the restaurant, and check on her Instagram every now and then. And if she's deleted the pictures with her boyfriend, then I'm gonna fucking slide in there. And for now, I just won't talk to any girls. I'll just be a more peaceful life, more productive life, and eventually settle down with this one, you know. It sounds really silly, but I honestly believe in it. But yeah, that's it. That's the day. Roll on tomorrow.